Okay, in the last episode, we marked all of our seams. In this episode, we'll go ahead and do the actual unwrapping. Add another modifier that people use quite a bit, subdivision surface. And you can see how that smoothed them out quite a lot. Put his pants back on him, go in edit mode. Probably gonna have to bring this bottom part of the shirt out to cover up those pants. Okay, it's not selecting the whole thing for some reason. That's that. Oh, I know why. A lot of times when you put a seam in a piece of clothing like this, it will stop selecting along the seam. Okay, let's look at the damage. It's not looking too bad. Go ahead and do a quick render. Need to move those pants over a little bit, looks like. Alright, deselect. Look at the back. Okay. So that's one of the problems. Since I grew this, it actually made the crotch area not fit very well. If you drag it down and set my coordinates to normal. There you go, it looks a little bit better. Let's see how it renders. Yeah, so now he's got shorts on anyway. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is set up the camera. And so here's our camera here. And I have to set it back to global. If we get the fly out, we can see the rotation of the camera. I think this has to be at 90. Nope. Well, maybe. Hang on. 0. Okay. Then hit the N key again to get rid of that flyout. Hit the 0. And there's our window. Now I don't want to do a widescreen because I don't really have a lot of stuff there. So I'm going to set my resolution to 320 by 320. The reason why I'm typing in 640, if you look down here, it's cutting it in half. So there's my window size now. So I'm going to make sure my camera is selected. Grab the camera, constrain it along Z. Grab the camera again, constrain it along Y, and back out to where we can see him. Okay. So now we have the camera set up. I've got to rig him. And Go back in the frontal view here. Somewhere along, maybe that's the camera. I'm going to hide the camera. I don't see his center point anymore. Come back in, select him. I'm going to turn off that subdivide just to make this easier to work with. And we're in object mode, which is where we need to be. And I'm going to add a bone. And where are you, bone? Turn on an X-ray. Okay, the bone did show up right where it's supposed to be. And to do, it's a little bit big. Shrink it down. And we're going to extrude it down his legs here. We need to be in edit mode. Down to the knee. Down to the ankle. Now at the foot. When you go to rig things, it's really important that you had everything centered. That way, and it's important too to work in your orthographic views. If you don't have things centered, you'll spend a lot of time trying to fit your armature, which is what these bones are called, to inside your body. A bit of a thumb. Okay, all I need is a head bone. Well, give him a neck bone first and then a head bone. Alright. Now, go back into object mode. Select the body, and we want to parent the body to the armature. Or we want to parent the, so the body's going to be the child of the armature. And Control P for this. And if everything works right, you should get this menu, and you want to say it's automatic weights. This will calculate and do everything for you. And now, if you go in and select the armature, you should have pose mode. First thing I do is I create a default pose in my pose library, so that way I can always get him back to this position. Call it rest. And give you a quick demo of this. Another thing you can do that really helps out is if you, when you're moving bones around, so go and set it to normal, and then get this manipulator out, and this will help you rotate things around. Okay. So you're probably wondering why that shirt is moving like that. Well, it's because you have to deal with things like weight paint. And let me show you what that is really quickly. So I have that selected. I want to click on my mesh, come down and pick white paint. And if you come up here, we've got a weight of 100 and a radius of 35 pixels. And you come in and paint, and you can paint both the front, and you come around the back. You notice you have to paint the back as well. And do the same to the other side. I've had mixed lucks with this thing. Sometimes it'll go all the way through the mesh, sometimes it won't. See why these two are different, I have no idea, since they're both on there. This one doesn't picking up anything. Maybe it's based on the size of the bone. But you'll find yourself weight painting quite a bit, even after you do it once. I found that if I move it to another Blender file, import the object or whatever, sometimes I'll have to do it again. Oh, looks like the head bone's pretty good. And if you select your armature and you drag it, sometimes you can see spots that you'll need painting. Let's go ahead and do that just for an example. And then A to get all the bones. I'm going to grab it with G and drag it, see if anything sticks. Yeah, okay, so I hope that's as short. Let me go in here and do a little painting. Try to stick it to that hip bone. And of course you can have some really elaborate rigs. Blender has one that it comes with. I'm not sure what it's named. But if you go into your user preferences, you can activate it, and it does a real professional quality rig. This isn't. This rig here that I'm doing now, it's made for cartoons. Okay, somehow I've gotten myself out of add mode. I think it was mix modes where I wanted to be, where we have the yellow dash. I had myself in add mode where it would only add. I couldn't clear off some of this lighter colors. Sometimes it's really hard to see. Like here in the back you can see how it's kind of light. I want to get rid of all that. So that way I can move his arm, not have it affect the shirt. Plus if I come in here and then add a little bit more for these bones, I think that'll help it out quite a bit too. Kind of at our limit of time on this video. I don't like to go over 15 minutes, but let's see if that'll bend now. I want to go into object mode. I'm in pose mode. Well, still have problems. One thing you can do, let me show you this. You can flex that. You can go ahead and go back into weight paint. And now, it's too big a radius. I can get rid of some of this by painting it. For some reason this is stuck out. And you can kind of get the idea. So, yeah, I don't want to spend too much time on there. So you can see you move a bone. If it affects something that's not, you go ahead and you set the weight of it down to 0 and you unpaint the weight off of it. And if it's supposed to affect it and it's not, you go ahead and you paint the weight on. And that'll conclude this video. Thank you for watching. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to give him a quick pose and then bring him into GIMP, give him some text, and we should be done. Thank you very much for watching. Give it a vote if you like what you saw.